everyone! Hello! We made it to the end of this week. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Only one more day till prom. Shout out to everyone who got Desi Girl the most upvoted song, first of all. And also, we really have earned this, you guys. Like, the seniors did all their college applications. Most of the juniors turned in their JQ too. So, underclassmen, the day is gonna come sooner than you know it. Now, do you guys remember the live session we had earlier this week, right? I don't know if this was just me, but walking out of that, I was thinking, wow, what am I doing with my one wild, precious life? What are you doing with your one wild, precious life?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know.
2 weeks before APs, the perfect time for an existential crisis, am I right? Now, after the session, I went home feeling empowered to advocate for myself at home. I went up to my parents and I said, Mom, Dad, I want to be a stand-up comedian. And they said, okay, is there a major for stand-up comedy at MIT? Now, this is Earth Week, and it's a time that we're celebrating our Earth, which we all love and that brings us all together. There's something else that we all love that brings us all together that I want to talk about today, and that is Costco. Costco is to shopping as Heimler is to history review. Once you've experienced it, nothing else can compare. Now, in my humble opinion, the two greatest things about Costco are the samples and the great deals. Number one, the samples. You know how there's a big range of quality of Costco samples? Like, you have really great ones like Ghirardelli brownies, or sometimes they have Popcornopolis stands. And then as you're walking to the checkout line, they get kind of sketchier, like vitamins and protein shakes. So I grew up with a passion for anything that is free. Anyone can relate? Yeah. So when I see a sample, I don't care what it is, I'll take it. The other day, I saw this sample for pineapple-infused electrolyte water, and I was like, yo. Now, whenever I walk into a Costco, the first thing I do is make a mental map. Where are all the samples? Which ones am I going to go to when? Which ones am I going to come back to for seconds and thirds? And you know that feeling when you get a second sample and the person looks at you like you just feel so guilty, right? But did you know that Costco employees actually cannot tell you no when you ask for more samples? Yeah, get all the samples you want, it's free, for real. Now the only problem with staying around too long is that they start trying to sell you the product, like, oh, it has 10 grams of protein, it's very convenient to prepare. And then you have to pretend that you're interested, like, really? But you know that you're not gonna buy it, you're just there for the free food, right? Now, the second greatest thing about Costco are the great deals. There is no such thing as walking into a Costco unless you walk out with a bunch of things that you didn't know you needed, but you did. Like cat food for the cat that you don't have. Now you just have to buy a cat. Every time my mom goes to Costco, she comes back home with half of the Costco clothing section for me to try on. I tell her, I don't need these clothes. I have enough clothes, my closet's full. And she goes, okay, do you see these prices? You cannot get this value anywhere other than Costco. I couldn't not buy it. And I know it's not just my family, because every time I go out into public wearing my Costco clothes, it's like I'm a part of this inner circle who just buys their clothes at Costco, So the other day, I was at the farmer's market, and I was walking by, and I saw this 70-year-old woman who had the exact same Costco jacket as me. So we walked by each other just like, hey, And then, a few minutes later, I see a Harker freshman who has the same Costco jacket. And I'm like, hey, but then they just completely ignore me. Just like how you ignore those mail brochures from the University of Oklahoma. Wait, anyone from Oklahoma? Okay, I'm good. Now, my dad once said, and I'm going to quote this, Costco is a cult. And it basically is. I wonder if we could learn something from how Costco unites us all. Like, maybe the solution to political polarization. Maybe the secret to healing our broken nation isn't in more politics or debates. Maybe it's free samples. But what do I know? I'm not going to be a politician. According to my parents, I'm going to go to MIT and major in stand-up comedy. Thank you.